Speaking tip number 1. Warming up. It is always a good idea to warm up at the beginning of every lesson. Just like an athlete who stretches before playing or a singer who flexes their voice muscles before performing, you should begin speaking aloud using a script, as this will help you relax your mind, increase your focus, and make learning more fun. Below we list some practical warm-up exercises. Each of them is designed to help you find the right words for different work situations. 1. Finish the thought by speaking out loud. A. Think about your day. Speaking out loud when no one is listening is very helpful for practicing pronunciation, and it removes all the pressure that we may feel in a more spontaneous situation. You can do this exercise with different approaches. One of them is the perfect one to try right after waking up, as this is a moment when you can reflect about the day ahead. Think about the first few hours of the day and focus on your emotions and plans. How are you feeling today? What do you want to accomplish by the end of the day? What would you like to do for the first time? You can use helpful phrases to help you start speaking, such as, "Today, I'm happy about." "Today will be awesome because." "Today, I want to learn about." "By the time we finish today, I want to have learned, done, found, improved." B. Talk out loud about your job. Talking about your job not only helps with your pronunciation and with fluency in your speech, but it also helps you expand your vocabulary. This is because it forces you to think of new sentences and expressions that may be useful for your everyday life at work. By doing this every day for about 5 minutes, you can incorporate new words into your speech that you didn't know before. Following the KISS principle, this doesn't mean you have to try and talk as if you are about to give a speech at the United Nations. Just describe what you do for a living, how your day usually goes, and what kind of skills or tasks your profession requires in a simple way. As you practice, you can gradually progress to more complex sentences when you feel confident about it. Confidence is everything, because once you feel it, what used to seem complex can become more simple, and you can stick to the KISS principle. Below you can try some examples to start this exercise. I am a salesman. My job is, briefly explain. I am a doctor. My job is, briefly explain. I work in a factory. My job is, briefly explain. I work in a hotel. My job is. C. Describe your perfect job. Learning to describe things is in itself a good exercise for knowing when and how to use adjectives, nouns, and adverbs in moderation. To improve your business English, there is nothing like directing these descriptions toward your own work possibilities. But, remember the 4th rule of KISS: a sentence that only has descriptive words adds little to a discussion. So when trying to describe the perfect work setting, try to use the sentences below as a guide. In my job, I would like to change briefly explain. What I like the most about my job is briefly explain. My dream job needs to include briefly explain. I would love to work in a place where briefly explain. I would be happy if briefly explain. These are sentences that, instead of promoting a disproportionate use of adjectives, help you create better, more noun-oriented descriptions that give more meaningful content to listeners. D. How would your working day go? Now that you know what your perfect job would be, think about how your ideal day would go. What would make you happiest? More flexible hours? Being able to work anywhere in the world? Creating your own work hours? Reflect on how you would like your day to start and end. You can use the following phrases. On my perfect workday, I would want to wake up and. Then I would. The perfect lunch would be. Work would finish when. The focus would be on. E. If you were to start a company, what would it be like? Now it's time to get into entrepreneur mode and think about what a company run completely by you would look like. Think about how you would prefer it to be, what kind of industry it would be directed towards, and the perfect scenario for you and your employees to enjoy a balanced work life. My company would be. It would be focused on sales? Service? It would be located in. What my employees would most like about it is. Remember to do warm-up exercises before every lesson or every day in the morning or evening. You can change the questions and format at any time. This exercise should last about 5 minutes.